I'm Will Shafroth, President and CEO of the National Park Foundation. The National Park Foundation raises private money to support programs and projects that the Park Service couldn't otherwise do on its own. For instance, we are restoring the Yellowstone cutthroat trout in Yellowstone National Park. We are working to build trails in Yosemite National Park. These are the things that wouldn't otherwise happen but for private philanthropy. We're also working to interpret our nation's history and culture, including that of African Americans. We've recently made investments to acquire the birth and life homes of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In Atlanta. We're also working around establishment of the Harriet Tubman National Historic Trail and other places that tell the story of the contributions of African Americans in our country. We're also doing that with the Latino community, the work that we've helped to support around Cesar Chavez's cabin in the Central Valley of California and places like the Missions in San Antonio. These are important stories that tell us about contributions of communities that have not been told in sufficient ways, and the national parks are the perfect place to do that. My own experience during the pandemic was I needed to get out in a place like this right here at Fletcher's Cove, which is along the C&O Canal in Washington, D.C. I rode my bike along here to really reconnect with nature. And most people don't know there's a national park probably a lot closer to you than you think. There are many national park sites in most major cities of the United States, that many of which focus on history and culture of our country and allow us to connect with our past. They're not all big Western national parks. Many of them are in our own backyards. And one of the great things about national parks that I think we all experience is awe and wonder. And I think we're really fortunate to have this collection of 423 places all over our nation that provide us this refuge in the outdoors and our connection to our past. Federal employees understand the value of public service and the importance of giving back to our country in many ways. And I think that our national parks are one great place to do that. When we're standing on the overlook of the Grand Canyon, we get a sense of our place in the universe. When we see the bed that Dr. Martin Luther King slept on as a young child, we realize that we all come from the same place. We experience time with family in national parks that connects us to each other and to a common place and a common heritage. National parks can bring us all together. They really serve as our common ground as a nation, and it's important that we all feel like we're a part of them. If you love these places and you experience these places by yourself or with your family, consider giving back through the Combined Federal Campaign.